what to do, y'all, what to do. In one of my annual uploads, if you will, I talked about the Hoodwinch before, and a lot of people know what the terminology is in regards to Hoodwinch. This particular upload is a little different, as you see with the title, the Hoodwinch. It follows a similar philosophy to the Hoodwinch, but I believe this represents the days to come, if you will, of where certain feminine would rather winch themselves too. You think about a winch, it's like a winch, however way you want to look at it, but where she wants to latch on to, kind of like you want to latch on a vehicle to pull it out the ditch type of thing. Who she would rather lean on, rely on, look up to. Who she would rather have attached to her, or vice versa. Because sometimes they carry wrenches too, if you will. A lot of them that got that quote-unquote independent woman vibe, or the goddess vibe, even though I've talked before how goddess is not what people think it is. To me, I see a goddess as the feminine that has the essence of a godly man. Not that she's being a goddess just to be of her own self-representation. You see? But with that said, a lot of them are defiant towards masculine men. Real men are masculine, but when I say that they don't want that. That would defeat really this whole idea of what the Hoodwinch is versus the Hoodwinch. But in regards to the Hoodwinch, she really attaches herself to underlings, lesser masculine guys that worship her, that see her as that queen, that deity. Guys that let her get away with just being who she is, given that's who she's become, if you will. So the Hoodwinch is down for these soldier kind of guys, her soldiers, if you will. When she says she likes a soldier boy, no disrespect to soldier boy, but when she likes a soldier boy, kind of like similar to that song by Destiny's Child, where they say they want them soldiers up in here. Where they at? You know what I'm saying? When they were speaking that way, they were speaking of, the Future Hive. Oh no. The way this modern day movement of the feminine, if you will, is working is, it's not that they entirely hate men. They just don't like guys that are very masculine. What they would consider toxic masculinity though. But they want lesser masculine. So drones, worker bees type of guys, soldier bees type of guys, if you will. And you get that from being in the hood. You get that from guys that, depending on what they do in the hood, they'll pretty much defend that queen. They will do what they need to do. So she would more so align herself with that type of guy. A guy that she feels he don't necessarily got it all together, but I know he's down to ride for me. I know he's down to die for me. And she won't give this guy any credit, any glory, any recognition, if you will. None of that. But yeah, she really is more devoted towards these type of guys. No matter how much recklessness they cause, no matter if he might even come off as abusive towards her, even aggressive, she'll just say, you know what, he has his good days and his bad days. She'll say that as an excuse for his behavior towards her. But even though the movie depicts, these females wanting a certain type of a guy, charlatan type of a guy, debonair, wearing nice clothes, but pretty much a simp. Problem is, usually a guy like that is often defined as a high-value man per se. He's not going to be putting up with being a simp to anybody. But from where I come from just saying this guy's a gentleman, I believe a high-value man and a gentleman are two different things. Nevertheless, these type of guys are not going to be simping towards a female like that, you know, to where she can get away with being a hoodwinch, just latching on to certain guys in the hood that will be her worker bee, if you will, that will salute her and praise her as the queen bee. And that's really why this narrative exists. This is not really a narrative. Actually, this is not a narrative of mine at all. I'm not going to even say not really my narrative, because I'm not going to just say I wrote this up and y'all checking this out. No. A lot of people talk about this. Why doesn't she like certain guys that aren't in the hood like that? They actually doing other things with their life. Because these guys don't put her on a pedestal like that. Now they claim these bad boy type of guys, or the hood guys, don't put her on a pedestal either. Yeah, in some ways they still do. In many ways they still do. That's why she would rather be down with a certain guy like that from the hood, because he still sees her as his queen. And that's really the whole essence of the hoodwinch. The hoodwinch doesn't exist once a guy from the hood stops pedestalizing her as his queen. Thanks a million.